Blessings to all. Share this YouTube for everyone to see and kick the neck.
19. Requested Bhakta Jatak. Save Munjiva Pecha Munjiva Mucha Manohi Bijachti Thagevan Dhira Muchanti Mutti Balsa Bandhanti. And once upon a time, Sarvajna, who was a place of honor for the inhabitants of the three worlds, lived in Jetavanarma with 4 postures. After offering prayers to the gods, Arabhya said this Jatak. At that time, people would go for trade and kill wild animals and sacrifice to the gods. There was no danger in the places where they had gone, and they came to the Atta incident thinking that this Atta incident happened by the inspiration of the gods. When the monks saw the sacrifices that were being made, they informed the Blessed One and questioned whether there was any reason for this killing or not. The Blessed One, covered with his being, declared the matter and said, On the last day, a son of Kalimbi from a village in Kashirat came to Arthur after vowing to offer sacrifices to the deity who lived in a banyan tree at the door of the village. He went to the root of the banyan tree thinking that he would escape from danger by begging and killing many animals like goats and cattle that came without danger. The divine son of the banyan tree spoke from the stem. Dear man, if you want to be freed from this, will you be freed from the hereafter, freed from the vices that have become your life? The future will be bound by sin. Knowing that fact, wise learned men are freed from future sins. What are the issues? Such redemption is a matter of binding for the ignorant. He preached the dharma saying that to be freed by killing life is to bind the ignorant. Since then, human beings have refrained from this kind of bad karma called killing. He was born in the divine world by performing the virtuous act of charity. Lord Buddha, the sage, brought out this Jatak Dharma sermon and completed the preliminaries and said this requested Bhakta Jatak. At that time, the tree deity was born, and now Tiluguru Samyak Sambudhu is the king himself, he said. 20. Nalapana Jatak. Diswa Padmanutinan, Diswa Notarithan Padang Nalita Varinga Samana, Niva Manthwang Vadisa city. And once upon a time, Lord Sarvajna, who was the Lord of the worlds, who was standing on the top of a bamboo, roamed the Kosol Danava. He came to the village called Nalapana and lived in the forest near the Nalapana pond. Arabhya, who used reeds, said this Jatak. At that time, the bhikkhus collected water from the pond called Nalapana and asked the novices to cut the reeds because they were full of needles, and brought all the reeds without knots. Those reeds are holes all the way from the beginning to the end. Who is this? The All-Wise One heard this, monks, and said, This is my ancient determination. The other day, the forest became wild. There is a water monster in that pond that eats people. At that time, the Bodhi animals, the Monkey King, who was dressed like a spotted deer, was surrounded by about 80,000 monkeys and lived in that forest, using monkey roots.